That's how I look at my life. If this one does not feel right, I'm sorry, I cannot stay there. If this next one don't feel right, no shade to you, no shade to me. It's just not right. I'm looking for that thing that feels just right, because then I know I'm in alignment. Hello, my beautiful friends and YouTube family. Today I want to talk to you about what is alignment and why is it important. Now, I'm sharing from my personal experience what being in alignment looked like and felt like to me in my life, and what being out of alignment looked and felt like to me in my life. Danish means wisdom. So, I got your back. I'm coming on here sharing all of the facts and things that you should look out for to help get your life in alignment, okay? All right, so what is alignment? I'm going to read this definition that I have here. This is dictionary.com's definition of what alignment is. And it says, the state of agreement or cooperation among persons, groups, nations, etc., with a common cause or viewpoint. So that is dictionary.com's definition of alignment. My definition of alignment is being in the flow of things. That's how I understand it to be. That's how I recognize it to be. Just everything feels fluid. Things just come to you. Things just work out for you. And here are some dangers of being out of alignment. So I shared with everybody that I recently had a near-death experience where I actually died. I transitioned over to the afterlife. I was given a choice to come back. I decided to come back, right? So once I did, everything felt foreign to me. I have to be honest. Life felt foreign, and I just knew that I needed some changes. So I worked very hard to get myself into alignment. I really started watching content that I consume, very closely monitoring what I listened to. And whenever you saw me, you would see me with headphones on my ears, because I was listening to some type of teaching or training or gospel music, inspirational music or messages to get my mindset right. So for me, alignment started with me getting my mindset right. Once I got my mindset right, I got in the mode of winning and success and great health. Then I was able to implement that. First, I had to seek out examples of what that looked like. Once I did that, I was able to get my life in order. So you guys know, if you watch my other videos, that I have recently left my career of 22 years in order to do something more fulfilling and what I call my God-given assignment. So once I left my career, I really focused on my health, right? Because as you hear, if this is your first video you're watching of mine, I have nasal issues. I have a condition called nasal polyps. So it's like little tumors all up and through my nasal passages. I also have severe asthma, so you might hear me breathing deep, and that's okay. Just know that is why. But I really focus on seek out all the natural ways that I can cure my body. I went to a Chinese doctor. First, before that, I went to an acupuncturist. They were not Chinese. The acupuncturist came highly recommended. I went to them, and I was already in the hospital at least once a week. But when I went to them, it didn't change for me. I was still there at least once a week, sometimes up to 2 times a week. So I knew that wasn't really working for me. And the Americanized idea of Chinese medicine did not work for me. So I stopped going there. I went to a real Chinese doctor. Oh my goodness, this doctor was the truth. He was the first step in me getting my health in order and me getting my life into alignment. Once I went and I saw this Chinese doctor, we did acupuncture sessions. Chinese herb really, really helped me. If you've ever considered it, if you're having a health challenge, I highly recommend that you seek out a real, genuine Chinese doctor, possibly from China, who will help you with these things. I'm sorry, I had to let the Americanized medication go because it was the thing that was killing me. I had to shift everything and do the opposite of what I thought would be helpful to me. You know, everybody would always say, well, are you taking your medicine? Well, you don't even understand that the medicine that I am taking is the thing that is causing me to constantly be in the hospital and be out of breath, and it's choking me and killing me. My body is dependent on it. So if you have considered an alternative, or you would like to explore an alternative, I highly recommend Chinese medicine. It helped me, and it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. He prescribed me real Chinese herb, and if you have ever taken real Chinese herb, how it comes is you'll go to a Chinese pharmacy. For me, it looked like a convenience store, and all of the prescription is written out in Chinese. So unless you know how to read and write Chinese, you won't understand it. But you give it to the person at the store, they put it together for you. They give it to you in little brown baggies. Like, they put it together in like a brown paper bag, and you'll take that brown paper bag, you'll dump it in a pot, and you'll boil it for, I think it's 10 to 15 minutes, and then you'll drink it down. Anybody who's taken Chinese herbs know, do not look and see what's in that brown paper bag and what's in the pot. Okay, just don't even look at it. This is one thing where you just have to trust the process, because if you look at it, you might be thinking, what in the world swamp did they dig this up from, and why am I drinking this mess? It was the one thing that really helped me. If you listen to any of my other videos, you know I could not even speak a full sentence prior to this. Each and every word that I uttered came with a cough. Okay? And it sent me into an asthma attack. So being as though now I can speak, that's what I'm saying. You won't be able to shut me up. You might want to, but don't. Continue to listen, continue to like and subscribe and tune in, because we're YouTube family now. That's just it. You can't get away. We're here. Back to the alignment piece of it all. Once I went and I saw that Chinese doctor, he told me what I should do to help get my health in order. Cutting out sugar was his biggest piece of advice, and that was the biggest thing that really helped me as well. But I got my health back. You know, I was, like I said, I'm able to speak now. I'm able to walk and move. I literally was getting fitted for a motorized wheelchair because I could not walk. I literally could not walk. 5 steps would take me out. It would take me out. But going to see that Chinese doctor was the first step in my alignment. And once I got my health in order, like, I was able to relax. I was able to actually sit down and focus on meditating. I was able to sit down and focus on being positive, because until I removed that biggest obstacle, I was not able to focus on anything else. Okay? So that, whatever your obstacle or challenge might be, or maybe you don't have any, good for you. But if you do, remove that biggest obstacle or challenge that serving you any type of negativity. Remove it, okay? You don't want anything negative in your life, in your sphere, if you are trying to get your life into alignment. I had to remove that big weight of my health challenges, So that is what I did. So another thing that I did to get myself into alignment is, I went into nature. I'm telling you, when I say go into nature, it is a key thing for me. You see, I'm out here today. It's something that I do regularly, even if it's just going outside in my backyard, taking my shoes off and walking around my grass in my yard, just taking 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you need away to go into nature, take your shoes off, walk around. There is something really grounding about that thing. It helps. I can't explain it. I'm sure there's an explanation out here in the textbook somewhere. I ain't going to look it up, but you're welcome to. But I know just from experience, it helped me. I really got into meditation, and there are so many beautiful guided meditations here on YouTube and other sources that I highly recommend. One person that, oh my gosh, that always did the job for me, and it just made me feel so refreshed, because I had a difficulty meditating on my own, and that's just releasing, letting go, and opening yourself up, to the world, the universe, God, to speak to you. And I just had trouble letting go. Like, my mind would not let me rest. So I would be thinking a lot, and I couldn't clear my mind. So a trick for me was I used guided meditations. Deepak Chopra, his guided meditations, they were always amazing. They always made me feel amazing and in alignment and ready for whatever. I felt like Superwoman, like I could take on the world. So, and I don't think there's anything special. I don't know, maybe it's his voice and the music or whatever, but Deepak Chopra, his guided meditations really got me there. Now there's a YouTuber that I follow that I love his guided meditations. He's on another level. So if you're beginning, I don't know if you should start there, but maybe you could check him out, see if you want to start there. But his name is Brian Scott. When I tell you, Brian Scott, shout out to you. I love your guided meditations. I did one. Gosh, what was the name of it? Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it. Oh, maybe I'll link it. And I'll find it. But it was something about quantum jumping into the person you want to be. I can't remember. It was something about quantum jumping. When I tell you, that guided meditation was the truth. It was the thing that catapulted me into doing a YouTube channel, because I never even thought about it. I never even thought about doing a YouTube channel until I did that guided meditation. And I can't share with you what my higher self spoke to me, but it opened me up to doing this YouTube channel. And I said, I need to share. I gotta share, because, well, spoiler alert, I said I wouldn't tell you, but that was one thing that my higher self told me was share. So that's what I'm doing. I gotta listen, gotta be obedient, right? Another thing, along with the Chinese medicine and getting into nature and the meditation that I did, was focusing on the positive in things, and I think watching The Secret really helped me do that. There was a point where I watched The Secret every single day, because if anybody and everybody knows, the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. He wants to make you forget all the things that you learn. He wants to make you see the negatives in the situation. He wants to make you just destroy the positivity in you. And for me, that's what I had to do. I had to watch The Secret every single day to remind myself to focus on the positives. And let me tell you, focusing on the positives is what transformed so many things for me. It transformed my marriage. I got married to my husband. We were so in love and, everything. And that first year of marriage, I was just like, who is this man? Why did I choose him again? Because it just got it was an adjustment. We were a blended family. We were, this was his first marriage. It was my second marriage. He was focused on how could he come in and be the man, and his idea of being the man was not my idea of what we needed him to be, a man. And my focus was on, this is my second marriage. I want to make sure I get it right. I don't want to make the same mistakes, right? So, when I tell you, we butted heads. And I watched that Secret every day. It helped me to get my thinking right, get my, focus on his positives. And you know what love does? It reciprocates. Love reciprocates. When you give something good, people want to give you back something good. And that's all I would do. I would give good. I would focus on, thank you so much. I would use my manners. Thank you so much for taking out the trash. Thank you for, cooking dinner and cleaning up the dishes. Even if he did something to annoy the heck out of me in another area, that's what I would focus on. Thank you so much for this. Thank you for that. I'm happy to see you. Those things transform my marriage, but focus on the positives. That's my next piece of advice that is so vitally important. Already mentioned to you to cut out the negative things. I've mentioned to you to focus on your health and well-being. The last thing I want to say is keep moving forward. In your journey, in your quest to move forward into alignment, keep moving forward. I'm telling you, if you are doing it if you're being positive, you're meditating and you don't see results for the first day, don't think that I did it wrong. If you don't see results in the first week or month even, don't think, oh, what am I doing wrong? I have to change it. No, just keep doing what you're doing. The seeds, trust that the seeds that you planted in the ground, you're planting them in good soil. Trust that you are planting good seeds and you will reap good harvest, because trust me, you will reap good harvest. If you keep sowing good, you're going to get good. Trust me when I tell you, it works. So one thing I want to say before I get off here, and I'm sorry, I don't want to make this too long, but the dangers of being out of alignment. So there came a point in time, because I actually left my career in 2019, and I walked away to follow my God-given assignment. Then COVID-19 hit and I didn't know what to do. I was so lost. I was losing my savings. It just felt like I was, losing. So what did I do? I was just like, well, let me get back into the workforce. Let me retain my savings, and until the world opens up and I'm able to get my foundation going, let me get a new job. Oh my gosh. Getting that new job was detrimental to my alignment. So when you find yourself there, stay there, okay? Let me tell you how. The job was so stressful. It was so stressful because they wanted me to be everything, right? And my career experience is in being an executive assistant. I've done it very well. I've done it for over 20 years, and I was an executive to very high level senior executives, CEOs, and C-suite executives. So that is what I do very well. That's what I know how to do. But they wanted me to do that, this, the third, and everything under the kitchen sink. Okay. Because when you do one job well, people expect you, oh, let me reward you with more work. Oh, she did that well. Let me reward you with more work. Yeah, but I don't work like that. I work in specialty. I'm a specialty field. I know how to do this thing right. And yes, I might know how to do those other things, but I know when I have too much on my plate, it takes me from being exceptional. It takes me from being exceptional to mediocre, because I'm having to juggle all of these things and I can't focus on the main thing. My mentor told me a long time ago, keep the main thing the main thing. So how can I keep the main thing the main thing is that if I have to focus on all of these things, juggling all of these balls. It was too much. Oh my gosh, it made my asthma flare up again. I was back in the hospital every single weekend, like Friday night or Saturday morning. Here I'm going to the emergency room because I can't breathe. Here I am back on steroids. So the wonderful 75 pounds that I released, here I am packing on the pounds, because of course the only way to treat asthma and nasal polyp inflammation is steroid. So prednisone makes you gain weight. I gained 30 pounds in like 2 months. So that hard work and those years of me working so hard to get my life in alignment, it was flushed down the toilet, because I didn't trust God enough. I didn't trust the universe enough. I didn't trust that my seeds were planted and they were going to harvest at the right time. And that was a mistake of mine. If you recognize that you are in a situation where it's uneasy. Like for me, I would describe it as like Goldilocks. Is that Goldilocks, where she sat in the chair and this one didn't feel right, then she sat in another chair, didn't feel right, and ooh, this one felt just right. That's how I look at my life. If this one does not feel right, I'm sorry, I cannot stay there. If this next one don't feel right, no shade to you, no shade to me. It's just not right. I'm looking for that thing that feels just right, because then I know I'm in alignment. Everything is in the flow. Everything comes to me easily and frequently and in multiple quantities. That's how I know that I am in the flow. That is a very serious thing for me. Being in a space that feels just right, I'm telling you, that's when you know you are in alignment. Absolutely do practice those things that I suggested that could put you into alignment. They are very practical. If it will be helpful, maybe I will link some of the meditations that are my favorite and that have always worked for me. I'll do that as a starting point. I know everybody has different tastes and different needs. I'm just sharing the things that work for me. So share with me, what are some of your favorite things to put you in alignment, or what are some of the things that you've done that take you out of alignment that you now regret? Okay, let's get the dialogue going. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notifications, because we family. You want to know when I upload again, so hit that notification, and so we can do this thing again. Let's change the world together by changing ourselves from within. All right? Peace out.